Today, it's the most anticipated Metroidvanias for Switch and Switch 2. Some are locked in and coming soon. Others aren't confirmed for Nintendo yet, but I want them on Switch so bad I had to include them. I'll tell you which is which. Let's go. Team Cherry kept us starving for Silksong itself for years, and now they're quietly handing out a whole chapter for it, free on every platform at once. Sea of Sorrow takes Hornet out to the salt seas of Farloom and down beneath them into areas that were cut from the original and are only now being pulled back out of the drawer. New regions, bosses, tools, fresh enemies. There's no shortage of promises. Hard facts though? None. The underwater swimming, the submarine, the crab boss. All of it is data mine guesswork off a single teaser, and the studio is staying quiet on purpose until launch. The same announcement also dropped a free Switch 2 edition of the first Hollow Knight, which makes now a great moment to jump into the series. Nitpicking a free expansion feels silly, but I wouldn't hand it a 10 in my head just yet either.
Test the limits of your courage. You will face horrors beyond your...
Igarashi is back digging through Gothic territory, except this time he's looking into his own universe's past. This is a prequel to Ritual of the Night, 16th century England, an ethereal castle full of demons looming overhead, and two heroes marching up to storm it. The centerpiece is the buddy system. You steer both characters at once, swap between them on the fly for their abilities, or pull in a friend and hand them the second hero for local co-op. It looks noticeably cleaner than the stiff 2.5D of the first game, though the budget still shows in some of the animation. There's a sad thread here too. Creative director Shutaro Ida passed away from cancer in early 2026, and this is his final project. For us, the sticking point is practical. The game is officially confirmed for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series only. Switch turned up in a ratings listing with no word from the studio, and Switch 2 hasn't been mentioned at all. I really hope they announce a hybrid version, because this exact kind of Igavania feels made for Switch, and I'll be waiting for it eagerly. If anyone in this list has earned a medal for patience, it's Crowsworn. Back in 2021, it pulled in over 1.25 million Canadian dollars on Kickstarter, 10 times its goal, and it's been in the oven ever since. Your hero carries a scythe, a pair of pistols, and crow magic fueled by a resource called Malice, all built on a mix of Hollow Knight, Bloodborne, and Devil May Cry. There are even Donkey Kong Country-style minecart rides where you shoot as you roll. Marketing is handled by the same person who pushed Hollow Knight and Silksong, so the team's instincts are in the right place. At launch, it hits every platform at once and lands on Game Pass day one, Switch included. But there's still no firm date. The ballooning scope already delayed it once, and nobody has shown how this fast, flashy brawler holds up on aging Switch hardware. The most interesting part here is the reason for the delay. This is a direct follow-up to Aeterna Lucis, and this time you play the Queen of Light, the King of Darkness's eternal rival, in a world coming apart at the seams after the first game's ending. It was set for September 2025, but the studio flatly admitted it didn't want to get flattened by Silksong, and it's also buying time to launch on Switch 2 right away. The stained glass hand-drawn art is intact, the combat is quick, and the platforming is as merciless as the series always is. No sugarcoating this part. The first game got a lukewarm reception, and its jumping sections drove some players to quiet fury rather than delight. So, there's interest here, but keep the rose-tinted glasses off. This one lives on a single idea and squeezes everything out of it. You're Ardashir, bearer of the enduring flame, and your blade only burns while you keep feeding it from fire sources, and it can go out at any moment under a swarm of enemies, dragging you back into the dark. The whole rhythm flows from that. Keep the fire alive at all costs. The setting is the sleeping city of Aitosh, built on Persian architecture, all hand-drawn with fast, juggle-heavy combat. Sunnyside Games has the first Nocturnal behind them, a solid 81 on Metacritic, so the foundation is sturdy. And we lucked out. It's confirmed on both Switch and Switch 2, and the demo is already on Steam if you want hands-on time right now. Slavic folklore is a rare guest in Metroidvanias, and Trizna is huggable for its setting alone. You're a nameless fallen warrior who wasn't buried properly, raised by an ancient witch, and turned into an obedient tool. From there, it's your call. Stay a puppet, serve the witch, or defect to her enemies. The heart of it is shifting into the Shadow Realm, a warped underside of the world where sealed paths open up and answers hide. Combat is Souls-like, built on parries and hunting for weak points, and the Steam demo is already sitting near 90% positive. Here's what actually stings me. For now, it's listed on PC only. No Switch, no Switch 2. And I'd love to play this one in handheld, so if the devs are reading, the hybrid port is maybe the one I'm waiting for most in this whole list.
Is far older than memory. In Lucid, you'll explore a crystal punk world.
Solo developer Eric Manahan is building the crystal punk world of Aiden, where young Sentinel Owen learns crystal arts, blade, spear, axe, each one reshaping both his movement and his fighting style. At its core is precise platforming with air dashes and mid-jump combos, with roots in Celeste, Super Metroid, and Mega Man X, whatever other write-ups might claim. It looks rich, deep colors, underground fantasy. The catch is timing. PC first in spring 2026, with the Switch version arriving later and without a firm date, not at launch. Switch 2 isn't on the plan at all yet, so hybrid owners will have to sit tight longer than everyone else.
Unleash crystal arts like the blade, spear, and axe. Each reshape your powers, carve your own way through the fractured world of Aiden. This isn't just a platform.
In each area, you will obtain abilities by stealing the shapes of your foes.
I have to open with the awkward part, though it doesn't make me want the game any less. The first Grime hooked people by handing you a creature with a black hole for a head, and that hole doubled as your parry. Absorb a hit on time, heal, and bank a resource. The sequel stars a new golden-skinned hero, the Formless, who swallows enemy corpses and molds them into weapons and summons, reaching distant foes with tendrils made of hands. The surreal, craft-inspired landscapes look lavish, and I'm genuinely drawn to this series. One thing casts a shadow. The game already came out on March 31st, 2026 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series, and there's no Switch version even announced. They dragged the first game onto the hybrid over roughly 2.5 years, so a port, if it comes, won't be soon. But I'm waiting for it, and hoping Clover Bite doesn't take that long again.
Bishop. Combat flows with momentum. Dodge, strike, and summon living mobs, and stealing health from enemies. All these abilities and much more can be further
A dryad in a post-apocalypse is an unusual pitch on its own. The world's been hollowed out by a cult of necro-industrialists. Dead religious imagery everywhere, martyrdom motifs, and a grim streak of humor, while flower nymph Alruna slides through rotting cathedrals in search of salvation. This entry gives her elemental transformations and finally stretches the picture to full screen. It's carried almost single-handedly by solo dev Nicholas Hallen, and it's less a straight story sequel than an evolution of the first Alruna's ideas. Same problem as a couple of spots up. It's already out on PC as of June 4th, 2026, and the Switch version is unspoken for. Full 3D Metroidvanias have almost gone extinct, and this is exactly that. A techno-organic labyrinth where nature has fused with machinery, with nods to Metroid Prime, Pseudo-Regalia, and Hollow Knight. Movement is the main thrill. A full 360-degree dash, a phase shift through solid matter, and control over water levels to reach hidden passages. It's pulled off almost single-handedly by Frenchman Victor Abressol and his Soul Brothers studio, and it shows. Reviews landed mixed, praising the exploration and art while calling the combat weak and rough in places. The platform news is generous though. It's confirmed on both Switch 2 and the original Switch, with a physical edition on top. Few Metroidvanias announce themselves this confidently through setting alone. This one's Mexico, the Day of the Dead, and Detective Pablo Cruz, who cuts a deal with death herself and gains the power to transform into the mighty La Sombra, to deal with the evil creeping into his hometown. In return, he has to drag one man to Madre Katrina, the one who slipped her grasp and became immortal. The pixel art is rich, the combat is built to be brutal and leans hard on parries and finishers, so fights are about reflexes more than memorization. It's made by Halberd Studios, the same team behind 9 Years of Shadows. This one wins you over with scale, which is wild considering it's made by just 2 people. Illyia of Moonstone comes to among the wreckage of a crashed airship and sets off across a cursed island to find her missing twin sister, untangling the secrets of a fallen kingdom along the way. The combat hook is that you temporarily steal runes off any enemy and forge your own spells from them, so you're largely assembling your own arsenal. The world is promised to be huge, more than 24 regions stuffed with secrets, plus a cooking crafting system with well over 100 recipes that hand out temporary buffs. The devs themselves pitch it as a blend of Zelda, Hollow Knight, and brave fencer Musashi.